Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, across the country, around the world. Welcome to a introductory episode, video, more accurate, of Railway Empire. It's available on beta on Steam. I believe it's from Calypso Studios. I actually downloaded this earlier in the week and started to play. I started to record, and on the screen was a big NDA. Can't just talk about it. But then they, a few days later, they released it to stream and YouTube, so I'm doing that. I've actually played it for about 6 hours, because, like I said, I bought it, and I couldn't resist. I love trains. As much as I enjoy spaceships and rockets, like the Saturn V behind me and whatnot, I love trains. I am actually wearing, you can see it, Pacific Electric Railway, comfort, speed, and safety. I'm actually wearing, this is the only real train shirt I have. It doesn't directly give away my job, which I shouldn't give away. So I love trains. I actually drive a small electric train every day, but I can't tell you where. Otherwise I'll get in trouble. Anyway, I love trains, and I've played other train simulators, and they're a lot of fun. This one is a lot of fun as well. It's still beta. It's coming out for release, I believe, January 26th or 28th, end of January-ish of 2018. And I'm looking forward to that, but we're going to check out the beta, or well, I'm going to show you the beta, because I've played it for a little bit. About 6 hours. So here we are at the home screen, or the start screen. We've got load to load up previous saves. We're not going to do that. Campaign. You can start the, oh wow, oh that's interesting. Okay. So, I've played the campaign actually twice already. I think because it's part of the beta, you can't continue. You can't jump into chapter 2. You have to start with chapter 1 and then go to chapter 2. And then again, because it's beta, it stops you. I can't do 3, 4, and 5. So, frustrating, but it leaves me wanting more, which I guess is a good tactic for a beta. Scenarios, as you can see, is ghosted out, so we'll obviously get some scenarios later. Free mode, sandbox mode, options, contributors, and then end. I haven't actually played with free mode or sandbox mode. Let's see, what is... None of this is the East. I haven't played with free mode. So we got the East, Southeast, Midwest, South, North, Northwest, and the West. Of course, they're all locked, except for the East. Interesting. And I'm not sure if that's a beat this and unlock more of them, or if this is the only one that's unlocked because it's the beta. And then sandbox mode, oh no, again, the East and whatnot, these are all locked as well. I guess you have to unlock the East first. I imagine it's supposed to progress through the timeline. This game is all about steam locomotives. I don't believe it goes into anything electric or diesel, so it's only from the 1830s, I think? Like 1830-ish, all the way up to the 1920s, I believe, right? Because this will tell me 1863, okay, back, and this one, the early days, are 1830. So, but this will take you all the way through, I think if you play these. This starts later days, as you're bridging the Transcontinental Railroad over into the Rockies, and then you go back and start at the beginning of it, and then you work your way through, and then you end up finishing off the Transcontinental Railway, I'm assuming, back here. Again, haven't done it yet. So, sandbox mode is always fun, because you can do whatever the hell you want, but free mode, let's see. Yeah, I think this might be something like what the campaign is. Can you, oh, you can change the era. Oh, that's locked. Interesting. Can I choose you? And no, they're all locked. Okay, that's fine. We'll start at the beginning, because that's kind of where I have to start. Yeah, a little bit of where I have to start. I could start a little sooner and get some newer trains, but it's fun to see the original trains. The East. Great Lakes to the north, the Atlantic to the east, and Appalachian Mountains in the center. There is less arable land available in this area than in others. Those areas that can be cultivated are therefore densely populated for the most part. By far the largest, most important city was New York City, which by 1830 was already the largest goods hub on the American East Coast. So, let's jump in and we'll see what... Oh, right. Ah, yes. So, we can choose what city to start with. So we could start with Toledo, Ohio, New York, Baltimore, or Charlotte. Ooh. Normally, as a Californian, I guess, I would go with New York because it's New York and New York is New York. But I just 2 months ago visited Charlotte. And it's an interesting city. It's actually got a lot of light rail and there's a streetcar and whatnot. So yeah, we'll actually start in Charlotte because that's kind of fun. I'm not gonna have any competitors because I don't really want them. They're a distraction. You can get them and they'll build railways and you can trade stocks and you can buy them, which is fine, but I don't really want that. Rail network, realistic. Oh yeah, initial capital 600k. Let's bump that up to 1.8 million. Right, that doesn't do anything to no. Realistic. Sidetracks and signals are necessary. Easy. They can pass through each other without causing any delays. Not needed. But I'd rather have. Interesting. That should say what it is. Sidetracks and signals should pass. I think that's a bug with the beta. Yeah, that doesn't change at all. But realistic, they have to have sightings and signals to pass each other. Pause mode, there's 3. This is apparently something they've worked on for the game. Pauses when building track signals in buildings and in bulldozer mode. Manual, pause at any time, receive a deduction in your rating at the completion. So at the ending screen. And then Trainiac. Oh, now I get it. That's yeah. Trainiac. The game never pauses other than when newspapers are off. So you will receive a bonus on your rating. I'm okay. I'll take normal. So let's start in the east with at Charlotte.
Isn't my uniform fabulous?
Oh, right.
I designed it myself.
And you get to pick kind of your avatar, I guess, or who helps you or who guides you a little bit.
Hey, why should we...
Meticulous planning?
According to my calculations,
He looks like Doc
time
Brown.
is highly important.
Surely you... I always tell the...
Strong leader.
Let's go.
I'm gonna go with this guy.
Money.
The industrialist. Not that I think I look like him or anything, but he's just kind of cool. What is your name? Corin Horn, because that's always my name.
Sometimes I think about giving everything up and dedicating my life to poetry.
Halcyon Incorporated.
How about you?
Yes. And each of them, as you saw, gives you different bonuses. This one gets 5% higher freight prices. Continue. There we go. All right. So we get our loading screen, and I think it'll give us some stuff. No stuff.
Although
no
you
help.
have no competitors in
Okay.
this scenario, you'll have to complete your list of tasks as well as possible for a good rating.
All right, so, oh boy, I wish I could pause, but I can't. Here's the screen. Options, tips and tricks, tasks, we'll look at first. Connect Charlotte, transport, do all the things by 1850. So we have about 20 years to do all these things. Doable. Company, here's where you look up stuff about your company, your value. If you had competitors, here's where you would purchase stock. And other things. Oh, here's where you can take out loans, which I don't really want to do. Let's see. Research. You accumulate research points, 40 per month, and as you accumulate them, you can unlock different things, new trains. You have to, for the main line of trains, you have to unlock 3 other things before you can unlock the next one and the next one. Some are available without that, but you have to unlock the chain leading to them. Anyway, that's research. The engine shed, where you can look at all of your locomotives. We don't have anything else researched yet. We just have the little bitty grasshopper, which is kind of a sad little thing, but it's what we have. Max speed of, 15 miles an hour? Yeah. And then personnel. You'll have, what is it? Engineers, conductors, stokers, and something else that pop up that you can hire and utilize. Same with office personnel. And others. Notice how bullets show up. But they're guys that can help you with some things. Oh, bullets are there too. Yeah, so that's that bit. The date, your money. Here you can, if we leave, you can play double speed or regular speed. Here's the money you have. This would be previous train, next train. Oh, I never actually used that. Here's where you add a train. Here's where you do track construction. Here's where you do building construction. And of course, buildos. And of course, down here you can see our map. And I should be in this corner over here. Hopefully not disturbing anybody or anything. The camera controls scroll on the edges, or you can use the ADSW, and Q and E rotate. They rotate around the camera's perspective instead of around the mouse's perspective. Actually, controls, gamepad, no, there's no, that's one thing I would submit to the beta team, is to have it rotate, like when I'm zoomed in on the city, have it rotate around the city instead of around me. I don't like this free look camera like this for this type of a game. Anyway, we've got to build our first line. I'm going to go from Charlotte to Charleston. These are two towns I actually spent some time in somewhat recently. So let's zoom in on Charlotte. And we're going to build our first building. We're going to build a large train station because Charlotte's going to be something of our hub. You can press Q and E to rotate. We're going to rotate it about like that. Boom. You can see it went green. It was in the catchment area there. For Charleston, although Charleston does later in reality become quite the hub for shipping and military and whatnot, we're going to do a small station. We can always upgrade these later. So that's how you lay stations. We have 3 flavors: small, train, and large. You'd think that would just be okay. Signals, we'll get into that later. Supply towers. Between every line, you need a supply tower to supply your trains with water, sand, and oil, I think, for lubrication. And then a warehouse, which I haven't gotten to use yet. I haven't gotten into using it yet. So, as the prompt is telling us, build a railroad track between your 2 stations. So we'll do that. And it's really easy. You click it on the node there, and you connect it to one of the nodes here. I'm going to go with one of the middle 2 nodes, just to give myself flexibility. And we can see the incline is 2%. You can see it cuts into the ground a bit. Neat thing about this is you can grab it anywhere and create a new node, and that's how you can twist it. And sometimes that'll make the cost, as you can see, the cost changes, goes down. The incline can change. But we're going to kind of leave it about where it was. At least I'm going to try to leave it where it was. If you right click, you leave the track build screen, but as soon as you go back to it, it remembers, which is kind of a nice trick. Build tracks. I don't need you. Production of beer, imported goods, city station. I did that. So we got the track. To build it, we have to click pay and build. Boom. So now we have a line. Before I assemble a train like it wants me to, we're going to drop a supply tower in. Boop. And then we get to build the train. We kind of work from inside out. Obviously not with bulldoze, but station, track, and then to a train. So we're going to set up a rail line between Charlotte and Charleston. Automatic, express, freight, manual, automatic. You're going to go save. And then you add a locomotive. All we have is the grasshopper. So we'll do that. And then you can see it. It's actually loading up freight, or passengers a little bit of both, at Charleston. Cruising along at a nice 16 miles an hour. Oh yeah, we've got mail, or passengers, and some mail. Oh, so little green cars are passengers, and the blue cars are mail. Fun thing about this game that I like, well, in a lot of ways it reminds me of, what's it called? Sid Meier's Railroads. Except for this part, you can ride along. And I'm just pressing the what's it called? The ADSW. And then you can, with the center mouse button, you can look around and move. Let's go back here. Except you can only look so much. That's kind of cool to look back on it, though. And then the whistle is with the left mouse button. That's kind of fun. There you go. And you can see, you can click on the track, get information and whatnot. And our first train is coming into Charleston. And there they are. They've arrived, and we're going to make some money on that. You can see the money is going up there. Once all the cars are gone, it should show a total of how much? 21,000. Cool. And so it's going to load up again with all passengers. So there's a basic city-to-city passenger train line. Ooh, we have a personnel. So we can get an engineer. Great. So then we have to go... Nope, not there. We can go and look at the... We can manage the train. And we can add her to that train. Cool. So that train is trucking along between those two places. So, what are our tasks? Connect Charlotte to 2 rural businesses. We'll get on that soon. We'll get on that now, actually. Charlotte's a decent size. You can tell that just by the layout of streets and whatnot. Click on the city and get more information. So they have beer for export, which is great. They have the basic demands. They demand grain, corn, wood, meat, and beer. So let's look at grain and corn. Those are usually 2 that are easy to find. Ah, there's some grain. And, ooh, Augusta, Jacksonville. Wow, there's no corn. Oh, there's no grain. I saw the grain. Oh, there's 2 grains. Oh, all right. Well, we can get grain going. So, we will do Leaf Spring. So this is something you get to do. You get to bid on things. And because I'm the only one, I always get it. Oh, we have saved up 100 innovation points so we can get something. Let's see if we can get the covered freight car. Or we can get that. We'll take the freight car. Boom. Awesome. And because we bid on that, we've already unlocked 2 out of 3. So we really only need to unlock 1 more to get to the John Bull. Anyway. What is this? Express train. Yay, fastest. So we're going to connect... Yes, I know I want to build a rural train station. So we're going to build a small train station here at this grain spot. Somewhere where it's in its catchment area. Boop. And again, we're going to connect the rails. So click there. And then, ooh, there's an Indian encampment. That's interesting. Again, back to that. And that's why I left the outside ones open. Go away. So this is not terribly happy because it's going through Indian territory. I don't really want to mess with them, I don't think. Ooh. So there we go, swing it out just a little bit. And that might have increased the cost. I wasn't really looking. We're going to buy that. Awesome. We're going to also add a supply tower. About there. And we're going to, of course, set up a line from Kelly Manor to Charlotte. And add a locomotive. Zigrashopper. Buy and close. Awesome. So, we now have connected 1 of 2 rural businesses to Charlotte. So that's awesome. It's a nice step on the way to checking off things on the checklist. Something else. Let's see. There's grain. I don't see any corn. Oh, right. So down here, list of trains. Flow of goods. And information is dark for now. Let's look at corn. Where is corn? Ah, there is corn. Way up there? Up by Norfolk and Washington. Yeah, that's annoying. Oh, there's some corn down there. Beautiful. Much closer. I didn't see it. It disappeared. So that's cool. Good. So we can set up a line to corn. However, before I do that, because Charlotte is becoming my hub of transportation, there's something I want to add. When you click on the train station itself, you get the information. Can I rename it? Oh, I can rename it. That's not something I want to do. I want to construct a maintenance building. That costs 80,000. Yes. And that, as you can see, is a little maintenance shed off to the side. That keeps the trains in maintenance. When they pull into the station here, oh, seizure. When they pull into the station here, they will get maintained. Over time, they do get worn down. We can see that, I think, in the management page. So yeah, we can see the condition. You see the sand, oil, and water. That's why you stop it at the supply towers. And this will give you all kinds of information, speeds, etc., etc. I honestly haven't really looked at this stuff all that much, but you can see that it's making a nice profit. Good. Okay, so moving on though, we've got, where is it? Corn down here. Beautiful, beautiful. So let's add another small station. Rotate that guy around like that. Boop. And track from here to, go again to the one of the middle-ish ones. What? Why not? Can I go there? Oh, you don't like it there, do you? Oh, fine then. I'll go there. I don't really have much choice, do I? Is there anything wrong with that? No, it's fine. We'll build that. And then we'll set up a rail line between the corn and there. I'm sorry, is it corn? Yes, corn. Automatic. And of course, add a grasshopper, buy and close. Beautiful. So there's that. And, oh yes, of course, because it's its own line, we will need a supply tower in the middle. Awesome. So, we saw that we've completed a task. Connect Charlotte to 2 rural businesses. Done. Next, transport 47 loads of clothing. Let's see. Passengers to Charlotte to Wilmington. 4 cities. Wow. Rail network. Establish express connection between Charlotte and Baltimore. Okay. 13 rural net stations. That's not too hard to do. 500 loads of corn to Buffalo. 32 rural businesses, and total of 800,000 passengers. And these are all in chronological order, so you really have to focus on each one at a time. But 47 loads of clothing. So, let's see. Who does clothing? Anybody? Baltimore did, I thought. Maybe not. Nobody produces clothing? That's scary. Well, actually, no, Baltimore has a desire. Oh, why doesn't... Okay, that's nice. Washington, Baltimore. Really? None of them supply clothing. I mean, some of the big ones have a desire for it, but I don't know where to make it. Baltimore, you do that. Do you have a desire for cloth? You have a desire for cloth. Interesting. So what? Oops. Meat industry is here. Ah, okay. Now I think is when I need to get into the clothing industry a little bit. So let's see, Charlotte, can I cannot. You're not quite there yet. Charleston, you're shrinking, which is sad. What do you need? You need things. You need cloth. Okay, so now is when you get into supply. So what is this? I don't know what that is. Cotton. Okay, so cotton needs to go to someplace that makes cloth. Cloth needs to go to someplace that makes clothes. Augusta, what do? You don't have any desire. Oop, and... you don't have another industry. You just have the meat industry. Okay, so I think this is where you have to start investing in your towns and add things. So Charlotte is slowly growing. Maybe, kind of, sort of, a little bit. We're starting to supply it with the things it needs. Right. Yeah. All these annoying things. Augustus, do you have room? You do not. You're not big enough yet. Sorry. A lot of waffling back and forth here, trying to figure things out. Anyway, Charleston, although it's shrinking, has room. What do you need? You need lots of things. I'm going to get them, actually, some grain, because we already have a station up here that takes care of it. So, here's what we shall do. I want Charleston to grow. Oh yeah, that was something. You can see the number here, they're shrinking because they're not getting all the things that they want. They want all these goods. This is their stock in the city, so they have lots of beer. And then there is a desire, weekly demand for 0.8. So there's a demand for lots of things, always grain and corn. So we can do, oh yeah, and you'll get notices like that saying random breakdown. Nothing you can do about it. It's just going to happen to them. And over time, it gets repaired, kind of. Anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to try to grow Charleston. So I want to expand this station. That costs 60,000. Good. And I'm also going to add a maintenance because this is going to become a mini hub as well. I want to give this guy the opportunity to go there. Build that. And we can demolish. Oh, right, because you're going to go in there first, huh? Oops. Pause. Why do you, oh, because I have it on bulldoze. Right, so that guy's scheduled to go in there right now, so I will have to get rid of that in a few minutes, but not yet. Anyway, we are going to, for this one, we're just going to split a track off of here and take it down to Charleston, because we can. Oh, that's a little screwy, but okay. There we go. So now it's splitting just before, I think. Is that splitting? What is that? Is that splitting or is that signals? I think it's joining. I'm not entirely sure though. It's a little screwy looking. So now the question, will it work? Close. Let's give another supply tower in. Come on. Here. And let's see. Trains. You, my friend. Oh, close. You. So now let's set up the rail line. So it's already going from Kelly Manor to Charlotte. And we can say Kelly Manor again to Charleston. Okay, good. So that track is working and cooperating. Good. So now it'll take grain from here to Charlotte and then grain from here to Charleston. So it kind of spreads its supply out. Awesome. Done. And close. So now Charleston should start getting some goods and it should start growing a little bit more. Let's see. We've got another personnel. We've got a stoker. We can hire her. And can we... I wish there was a direct click here to go to assign to somebody, but there's not. You have to go out to a train and then add them. Good, so they're okay there. Excellent. Close, and close, and close. So we got 3 trains running right now. Yay. Let's see, what was it? 47 loads of clothing. Oy. There's, again, nobody that's making clothing right now. So that's a little bit annoying, right? Baltimore's not making clothing like they did in the other playthroughs. No, they want it, but nobody's making it. And New York isn't making it either, are they? No. No one is making clothing. That's great. Right? Norfolk's not? No. Everybody makes beer, though. Wilmington's not. No, they're not doing anything. Oh, I clicked on a brewery. Sorry. There we go. Yeah, they're not making anything either. Aside from beer. Everybody makes beer. So, Charlotte is growing. What are you up to now? You're at 33. That's fine. Charleston. So they have a demand for... Ah, weaving factories. Awesome. So, somebody put this here. So that's good. So they want cotton. So, I think we can do that. Oh, we've got a conductor as well. Did I not assign somebody to this? I thought I did. Assign. And conductor. Assign. Oh, maybe I didn't click assign. That's what it was. Close. Good. So now they are assigned. Random breakdown. Yeah, okay. Anyway, sorry. To continue with Charleston, we're gonna get them some cotton. Blech. So again, we start with a small train station. We'll put it over here. There we go, with an orientation that kind of makes sense. And then for track, we're gonna go ahead and go. Can I go under you? Over you. Ooh, it wants to go over. Either way, it's going to cost a lot. Oh, no, this is way cheaper. Yeah, that's way cheaper there. Ooh. That's pretty steep, though, isn't it? Okay, let's see if we can pull this back a little bit, and... there, 14% is about as good as it's going to get, sadly. So we'll do that. So, I'm going to have another train going from here to there. However, to do that, I want passing lanes. So good, here's a chance to show sidings and signals. So we'll go ahead and set up a bit that's parallel here. Oop, let's just pull it to the side. Good. And then parallel for a while, and then connect it again. That. So next, signals. Signals are a bit tricky, a bit cumbersome, and they don't work quite like I would expect them to. Good. So 2 on each end. And at the moment, they all point in the same direction. I find that annoying, but that's the way it works. So to make this work, you have to kind of click on them to get it going. And the arrow points the direction. I want right way. Oh, no, I didn't want to do that. Oh. I can't change it. Lame. If I shift click, I say, nope, no entry here. Right, so he's coming through here. That's fine. What? We're going to have... there. So this is kind of contradictory at the moment. That's because he's passing through it still. And the station up ahead was busy. There we go. So now it should be working. When you zoom out, you should get, yes, you should get the little bees going back and forth saying it travels a certain way. Good. And that is signal. Signal mode. Working out, I think. So let's add another train. Set up a line from there to Charleston. And that's good. It has its own thing. It has a siding so that those trains should be able to get around each other. Check. And again, we'll go with the grasshopper. And close. Awesome. Beautiful. Oh, we can spend some science so we can get the bell. Check. And we can get the John Bull. Oh, I need to unlock 80 more. Oh, I don't have the... oh, you cost 200, didn't you? Boo. Anyway, there is the beginning of our rail network and a bit of an introduction and tutorial-y bit to this game, Railway Empire. I think this is kind of fun. And trying. We're only in September, so we still have 3 or 4 more years to get clothing moving. But I think, good, Charleston. Oh, Charleston dwindles. No. It dropped below 400 or 4,000, but it's kind of stagnant because I'm just starting to get them supplies of what they want. They want other stuff too. Like, we're just now getting them cotton, we can find them sugar, and they're going to start making cloth. Let's see, is there sugar nearby? Sugar. Let me see, goods. Sugar. There is not. They are not getting any sugar. Oh, there's sugar way down there at the edge of the map. It's going to Jacksonville. Don't really care for that. Is there meat? There's meat there. It's only going to Augusta. But I'm pretty sure they have a desire for meat. No demand for meat. Well, for cattle, but they have a demand for meat. And wood. They have a demand for wood. Where is the wood? Way down there. Ugh. That's a bit far. Nothing up here? No. And then again, yeah. I'm supplying the basic things already, at least as much as I can. I mean, there's no... oh, Augusta makes meat. Aha! I see potential here. So Augusta is making meat. Good, okay, good. So we can set up another, what is this? Did you grow again? It's growing now. Excellent, because I'm supplying it with cotton to make clothing. Cool, so they are slowly making cotton, which is awesome. Or making clothing, I mean, out of cotton, which is great. So I think next step will be to connect Augusta to Charleston and Charlotte to provide them with some meat, and we'll get meat going into Augusta, and we'll keep things going. But that'll be for next episode. We'll do a small series on this. I don't know how many episodes, because it's still a beta. But anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. If you like, hit subscribe, tell your friends, tell your neighbors, pass the word. I will catch you later.